McFarland slows it up. Kranjakovic collects that one in behind. Oh, that looked like it could have been a good opportunity for Horning, but he couldn't quite reach that puck. Now McFarland stretched. They are still on power play, so you want to see more offense than defense here. And it's going to be Sorensen trying to make that happen with a rolling puck as it kind of creeps forward into the player. And now Kranjakovic collects it at the red line. Kranjakovic launches that one into the slot. And on a 4v5, there's still not a lot happening as Larson tries to get up there on offense. Larson, momentary possession with Sorensen now. Sorensen reverses. Looked like he was eyeing up Anya on the blue line for knocking it back to the point. Eckelmeyer's holding it down up here. And players are getting aggressive over there in the corner. Looks like some contentious play as nothing's been called, but the refs are going to go confer and probably have a quick little chat with the players, calm everything back down. 13 seconds left on the power play for the Summit Lightning. Not a lot of what you'd call constructive offense put together there, but still an opportunity or two, and that's a silver lining here. So Walker Sorensen, who's just been in every play. Sorensen sets to take the face off. He does. Knocking it around now. Sorensen's going to get a chance. No, he does not. Dispossessed, but Eckelmeyer launches the wrister, and that one goes wide right. Good shot from the blue line by Eckelmeyer now. Kranjakovic steps up to close it out. She does. Knocks a backhand pass to her teammate. Kranjakovic, that one squeaks by. And you're going to have a player all alone, and a really tough timing for the change there. And oh my goodness, in that shot, back-to-back shots. Valenti was on the first one, and the second one went wide left. And now the puck is back down on the ice with Bradley trying to chase it. Kranjakovic off the skate. That one's knocked up to Sturdivant, who had a second on it, but it's going to be Eckelmeyer dropping back into the deep corner to try to find it. Kranjakovic finds it. Sturdivant can't get it off the board to himself. Interesting. So as one power play expires, another pick up. And now we have ourselves looking at another Summit power play. That'll bring the puck drop all the way down to the Vail Mountaineers' end. And we're going to see if they can make something happen here on this 5v4 man advantage. Walker Sorensen at the circle. Puck is down. It's loose out to the wing. Anderson's trying to hold blue line. That one's free for McFarland. McFarland gets a nice stick on it. He's going to have to look out not to get beaten here. McFarland's going to stay on the back check and does. And they're going to call him for slashing on that one, it looks like. It's a delayed penalty here. It's going to go against 88 McFarland. And that one's out of the zone. And they're going to pull out their goalie for the advantage here on that delayed penalty, because the moment the Summit Lightning touch that puck, it's going to go on the call. Let's see what the Mountaineers put together on this advantage. McFarland, nice job by Mason McFarland to close that out. No wrister coming off that Mountaineers stick. So McFarland's going to take a seat in the sin bin for that high stick. I thought it might be a slash, but he got his stick up a little too high at shoulder level and above. We'll see what shakes out now. On a 2-0 scoreline now. We're going to have even numbers on a 4v4 because McFarland takes a seat in the box. There's still a minute 16 on the Vail penalty, so we're only going to have 44 seconds of power play for the Mountaineers, meaning Summit's penalty kill will be brief, and hopefully they can hold this scoreline, if not better it, in their own favor. Bradley tried to get that one out, but Mountaineers have it. Little backhand attempt, and Larson breaks up the play, but it's still in the zone. Mountaineers pick it up at the blue line. Mountaineers crossing into the zone. Dump. Kranjakovic going to track that one down in the back corner. She tries to loose one off the board. Mountaineers pick it up, dropping it back around. Eckelmeyer's going to have to chase that one down. He's going to get beaten to the puck. That player knocks it off the board to himself, and now it's a free-for-all in front. Nobody in the crease. Eckelmeyer now steps onto the D, and here comes a launcher in the wrist, and Valenti with the save. Dangerously in the crease, but Kranjakovic picks that one up on her stick, knocking it around. Kranjakovic Kranjakovic takes a big hit. I might have just missed that one out of frame. And Vail launches one. It's off Eckelmeyer. He drops that one to the ice. And he's got it. Skating with it now. Lucas out of the zone. Clears. 17 seconds left in this 4v4. And now, Mountaineers once again cross into the center. Right, then left. It's still there. Eckelmeyer loses track of it dangerously. Valenti stays on track there, and the Mountaineers do not pull that one off, but Eckelmeyer now has the puck. He's moving that one back through center ice. And an offside on the Summit Lightning. And now we will have a 42-second advantage for the Mountaineers, as they will look to better their score line. We sit at 2-0 with 1:17 remaining in the second period. We've had some tech difficulties so far today. Our first period is a standalone video that appeared not to be broadcasting according to people that were trying to watch. The second period is broken into two as the feed just dropped. But now it's Sorensen crossing into the zone, and he tries to get a wrister off. Doesn't pull that one off as Anderson tries to hold the line. The puck is loose all the way across to the other side. Coming up the board is Vail, looking for a teammate. And a beautiful near side post shot from the Mountaineers, and a great save by Valenti. That was an interesting decision by the player. You know, he had his teammate low in the slot, ready to receive, right on the strong hand. He opted for a near side shot, but Valenti tracked that one right in. And Walker Sorensen settles in for face-off. 21 seconds left in the main advantage for the Mountaineers. Into the center. Anderson off his own skate, knocks that one back for Sturdivant. Dangerous with the Mountaineers here. They're looking for their options up to point. Man settles in, looks for a nice pass beautifully, but broken up by Sorensen, who again is just everywhere. Anderson clears the zone, and we're coming back the other way with 4 seconds left in the man advantage for Vail. Now, it's racing back the other way, and Walker does a nice job pumping that one to the outside, forcing the player up against the board, and Sorensen tracks it. Mountaineers, Larson gets in on the action, breaking it up. Love to see it. Sorensen tracks the puck. Gets that one up to the red line. Mountaineers collect it with a backhand pass, and that one skips over the blade of Olin Peterson, who might have had a little bit of a breakout there. Peterson takes a swing at that one, and a nice launch and a breadbasket save for the netminder Valenti. Ref offering a little of that tone it down boys kind of chat real quick. Making sure everybody's on the same page. Oh, they're going to call that. They're stepping him into the box. That looked like it might have been unsportsmanlike. I'm not sure what they're calling exactly. But man, the penalties that Vail is racking up, that is going to hurt them. I mean, they're a great squad. If anything, that's one of the things holding them back the most, because they've certainly got the talent, the passing, and the overall teamwork. They just got to work on that discipline piece a little bit. Meanwhile, the Lightning are settling in with OB. That's Owen Bradley. Ready for the puck drop. I see Eckelmeyer taking his place ahead of the crease there. Kranjakovic settling in on near side defense. And Nick Larson ready to track any puck that squirts out to the right side. The Mountaineers try to get it, but it's going to be Horning. Horning still has it at his feet, knocking it around. Horning tries to get that one out. Fans on it, and they'll take us into second intermission. So a pretty good little showdown here, a 0-2 scoreline. Summit does trail the Vail Mountaineers 2-0. It's been a really nice back and forth. I'd say that, you know, once again, the Mountaineers definitely have the advantage when it comes to overall time of possession and where that puck is living on the ice so far. They've really done a good job controlling the game. But there have been glimmers of hope. You know, we see some good connection from the Summit Lightning players as they can, you know, work a few 1-2 passes. We haven't seen longer passing sequences, the kind that really spread out the defense and stretch them on the ice sheet, which is really what we got to see if we're going to get the Mountaineers to spread out just a little bit. Because we got to get Vail's D opened up, because they are doing a really good job collapsing on the offensive opportunities that we do have. And so we're looking for a little something more constructive, a little something more creative, a little bit more of that mind-reading teamwork to put a 1-2-3 together and maybe open up a shot opportunity. And the Mountaineers are back on the ice. 14 minutes is on the clock, and that's all that remains here in this matchup. Here on a beautiful, warm Saturday in Telluride, Colorado, driving into 61-degree temperatures at 8,000 feet at the bottom of this beautiful ski resort. And we're right here in the town park where they host many great festivals. The iconic Telluride Bluegrass Festival takes place just steps away, along with the Telluride Blues and Brews. Two beautiful events for live music goers. We're going to bring our focus on back down to the ice sheet here as Walker Sorensen is at the red line. The puck's getting ready to drop. Sorensen's knocking around with it. Tries to get a stick on it. That one gets by Kranjakovic dangerously, and it's just Sorensen on a back check. And there was nothing they could do. It was a 1-2-3. Kranjakovic stepped and the puck slid in behind her, and she was kind of the last D there, so it was just Walker trying to offer a little bit of a poke check, back check, and it just couldn't connect. And Vail escaped there with just a few seconds into the third. Now on a 3-0 score line. 13:51 remain in the game. Our D-line is still Kranjakovic along with Ekelmeyer. Kranjakovic collects the puck onto her backhand. She decides to knock that one up for Peterson. Peterson kicks it up to himself. Peterson still has a chance here. Looked like he was trying to find Kranjakovic on the blue line on a back pass, but Vail picked that one off. Michalski's trying to track the puck. Now it's Ekelmeyer. Ekelmeyer has it. Uses some body. Prevents the big hit there. Coming around for Peterson. Peterson finds the puck in the back corner. They're trying to roust it about there as it's at the referee's feet. Now it's going to be with Ekelmeyer. Bringing it back around to the near side. Ekelmeyer curls around. Vail picks it off and a shot coming. No. Broken up and another shot. Valenti in on that action. I'm going to try to zoom in here, guys. Get you a little closer up. Now it's in the back corner. Olin Peterson tries to close in, but it's a blue line pass. Defense has it. Defense puts a little move on and handily around Olin Peterson. Sorensen's beaten, but it's Ekelmeyer who steps up, does a nice job collecting the puck. The puck is still in behind the netminder there. Looks like Ekelmeyer's down, trying to kick it around with his feet. Puck is still loose. Kranjakovic is in on the action. Nobody's at the crease. Trying to slide through traffic is Sorensen, who finds Peterson. Peterson with a little drag as he pulls that puck back into possession. Peterson, tried a backhand pass that went nowhere, and that Vail picks it up in a tough position. Woo, very dangerous. McFarland contested that one. It was nearly another goal. And that one's into the mitt of Riker Valenti, who is just really showing up here. The scoreline would look real different if Riker wasn't having such a strong game. Some of those decisions to pinch up on the player and step are, they're very consequential, because if you're beaten, the man's in behind you with the puck and he's got the forward momentum, and that's that. McFarland vies for the puck, but it's chopped loose. Vail tries to find it out in front, and they don't. Horning knocks that one up to himself, but Vail picks it off. Horning trying to track it down, and now it's Vail in behind. Vail circles, finds a man in the slot. It's a beautiful shot that goes wide left. It looked like maybe Valenti had knocked that one off his shoulder. I couldn't quite tell if it was a save or just a clean miss. Another wrister coming to a screened goalie. That one slides in behind McFarland. He tracks, goes for a poke check and misses. Oh, it's an easy little gentle pass. Love the control there by the Mountaineers. Knocking around in front, it's Larson who gives a lofted little attempt to clear, and he does. It looks like that one bounced around off the skate, so no ice. Horning decided to play the man and not the puck, and now that one's going to be coming right back the other way. Who is there now? It's Olin Peterson. Looked like he was trying to make a shot from half ice. Mountaineers going back the other way. Spending a lot of time down in the Summit Zone. Sorensen takes a big sweep at that one. Nothing happens there as the stick gets pulled loose. Ekelmeyer knocks that one up for Horning. Horning tries to find Peterson. It's Horning vying in the corner. All the way in behind now. Contesting is Kranjakovic. Vail with a nice circling in behind and finding that open man once again. But it's Sorensen offering the pressure. Sorensen tries to get that one on the board for Peterson. He does. Peterson, a little backhand shovel to his teammate. Horning goes for a dump. Stick is pulled right out of his hand and nobody's up there. Ooh, that's what I was just talking about. Eckelmeyer decided to step and was beaten with one quick little move to the left side, and they were dangerously in behind. But Eckelmeyer's right back in the play, and he's down there offering resistance. We like to see it. Eckelmeyer's still tracking it down into the corner. Uh-oh, Valenti. That one came off of his pad. Now it's still right there. The player's circling, going to have a great opportunity in the slot. Valenti slides to the right to try to shut that one down, and it was a clean miss. Kranjakovic collects the puck. What's she going to do? Tries to find it off the board for David Michalski. And it's right down there in the center again. We got to look out for those slot passes as Vail keeps finding an open man. Sorensen has a second to collect his thoughts. Tries to find Eckelmeyer, who can't control. Vail has it again. And a pumped shot. Valenti, back-to-back saves. Incredible. He'll be getting the game puck for the Summit Lightning, without a doubt. Here comes another shot. Oh, wide left. That one tumbles past the left post. Now it's Peterson. Peterson vying in the corner. Peterson trying to offer a little bit of back pressure, but the player's clean through and a shovel shot with the backhand. And that one goes up and over the crossbar. Mountaineers tracking this puck. And Summit Lightning unable to clear the zone and catch a breather here. Unfortunately, the clearance was an icing. It almost looked like Olin Peterson was going to make it to that puck. 3-0 is our scoreline here, with 9:16 remaining in the game on our first bout of the day. We're going to be back here for a 6:15 matchup this evening. If you're streaming from the East Coast, that's going to be 8:15. If you're on the West Coast, that's going to be 5:15. If you're somewhere in the middle of the country, you guys can look for a 7:15 puck drop. We'll be right back here on this channel. Mike calls the game on YouTube. Ooh, Valenti with a beautiful save. And that one's free of the zone. Nobody there to kind of offer any kind of resistance, and Vail right back with it again. Vail pushes into the zone, deep. Players are through. That guy got around McFarland, and the shot came off. Now it's back in deep. Vail looking for a centering pass, but McFarland gets a stick on it, trying to be in there. And it looked like it squirted through. I was unable to tell if Valenti did get that. I think he did. Yeah. McFarland came in to give a little bit of a poke check. Did a nice job breaking up what was surely going to be an awesome shooting opportunity. And then Valenti collects the puck once again. I mean, are you kidding me? Riker is just the wall down there. We love it. Puck is set to drop. Sorensen knocks that to the wing for Peterson. Peterson, he's trying to gain possession. McFarland tries to funnel that one right back up to the board. It's going to be Anderson in on it. Highland knocking around in there. Love to see it. Walker passed to himself off the board. Walker still with it. Sorensen. It's like 4v Sorensen. And he is eventually dispossessed and coming back the other way. That player squeaks through. McFarland offers just enough of a poke check to loose that puck, and does. Larson was trying to track that puck into center ice, but the player looks like he's going to get by. No! Nick Larson with a beautiful pass. Finds Peterson. Peterson decides to launch. Doesn't have a lot of other things going on, so Larson up on the forecheck. Walker with a nice little poke, and Walker launches one on a dump. That's going to bring the puck down in here to the Vail zone. Vail collects it in behind their own goal. Peterson's back there, but Vail's got speed and momentum as they come across the red line and back down deep into the Summit territory. Vail swings for an opportunity. That one's not going to be there. And it was Bradley that jumped in and offered some resistance to shut down what was sure to be a really nice shot. And in the end, the shot came off lesser than it would have been if not for Bradley. And Valenti, once again, decides that puck is not finding the net. So on a 3-0 scoreline with 7:36 remaining in the game, the Summit Lightning do trail the Vail Mountaineers, and that puck is dropped to the outside board now. Collapsing in on it. Summit Lightning. Who is this? Looks like we have David Michalski, who gets by two players. The rest of the team to go, though, and Michalski's down. And it looked like Bradley was trying to follow up with a little back check action. Vail's coming back. Kranjakovic, they got around, but Eckelmeyer shuts it down. Eckelmeyer knocks that one over to Sturdivant skating with it. A little board pass to himself, picked off. No. Sturdivant's free. Sturdivant's going to have to race, though. And Vail pumps it right back the other way. The pass is centered in a beautiful opportunity for Vail, but Kranjakovic was there, breaking it up just enough as Eckelmeyer gets a body on that player. It's right in front. Is it going to get in? No, it does not. Valenti's there once again. Puck is loose. Vail. Nice cross. Nobody there. David M. And that one's out of the zone. Sturdivant trying to get up and offer something on a forecheck. Nothing's happening there, and it's coming right back the other way with Kranjakovic. Kranjakovic spins on a dump, and it's out of the zone. Vail. Ooh, Vail with a mishandle there. Oh, it looked like Michalski saw that mishandle and wanted in on it, but just couldn't get around the player in time. And now that puck circles all the way around, and McFarland closes on it. He puts a body on the player and collects the puck. Nice little chop out by McFarland. Is it out of the zone? It's not. Vail holds the blue line, and now it's out. Still vying, and the puck is free of the zone. Vail pumps it back in. No offside there. McFarland tracks the puck. He decides to circle through the crease and knocks it up. Like the pass there. Who's got the wheels to track it down? It'll go for icing. .6:33 here in the game, guys. Okay. I'm going to bring it down for a puck drop, and McFarland knocks that one up nicely to his teammate. Oh, Peterson tried a little drag move to bring it back across his body and gets it broken up. McFarland tries to close in and pinch, and he gets beaten on the outside there. The puck is left off for McFarland now. McFarland knocks it to the outside, but it's picked off by Vail, and they fan on the shot opportunity, unfortunately, for them. Now it's going to be Sorensen. Tries a little 1-2 move to himself. Picked up now by Anderson. Anderson tries to funnel to the outside, but it's Sorensen who finds it on his stick. McFarland goes for the pinch, and that time he succeeds. That was a difficult moment to decide if he was going to step or not. And a shot saved by Valenti. They're circling, looking for another opportunity. Valenti's there, and it's into the net. Wow. 5:47 left here in the game, guys. So, on a line change, we see Nick Larson back in the game. Mr. Bradley settling in for the face-off. I think I see Horning over there on the right wing. Closing in on it. Horning had a stick for a second there. Horning still offering a little bit of pressure as that gets crossed. Vail finds it on the other side. McFarland steps. McFarland knocks it off his body just a little bit to deflect it. McFarland knocks that one to the outside. Dispossesses. Well done, but it's Vail again. Vail collects, looks for a centering pass. McFarland, beautiful pass up to Nick Larson. He can't quite hold on to that one. Can Larson get to this one? Shoot, Larson couldn't wheel quite enough to get in on that one. Now that's going to go right back the other way with Bradley trying to find the player on the board. Vail slows it down, and it's Eckelmeyer circling in behind. Eckelmeyer knocks that one up and around the board. Eckelmeyer, the centering comes around for OB, and Bradley loses possession, but it's with Larson who tries to find it back with Bradley, and a really difficult time for a line change there. That one's not going to work. Vail nearly makes Summit Lightning pay for a really, really difficult sequence of events there. McFarland with a beautiful move, right, left. McFarland coming up the side here. Nice little backhand chop. No teammate there to collect it. It's going to be Eckelmeyer. Eckelmeyer off the board for Peterson. McFarland collects. McFarland decides on a dump. It gets knocked down. Where's this going to go? Eckelmeyer. Eckelmeyer at the red line. Drops one right back in. Who's going to chase on forecheck? Peterson closes in. Peterson, it's Horning over there on the other side. Horning. Can Horning get in on it? Can we keep it in the zone? We cannot. Nice job by Sorensen to slow it down. And it's offside as Horning just couldn't race back across the line. He was trying his best, but he fell. 4:04 left here in this game. A 3-0 scoreline favoring the Vail Mountaineers over the Summit Lightning. Here in 14 UA matchup action in the WCHL Bantam League. And the puck is down on the ice. Sorensen chops away, but the Mountaineers have it. Mountaineers coming back the other way. Vying was Peterson. Kranjakovic collects the puck. She decides to circle backwards. Sends it for Sorensen. Sorensen finds it. Does a little chip up to his teammate. And Michalski's trying to get loose now. It's Peterson can't quite control the puck, and it's nobody's got it but the Vail Mountaineers going right back the other way. Here they come through center ice, and they're past Eckelmeyer, but he offers just enough of a poke check to slow it down. Eckelmeyer with a little body there, and everything gets slowed down for Vail. And Eckelmeyer did a nice job arresting that play as it was headed very momentously down into the Summit end. Sorensen has a little space, decides on a little chip clear. I don't know if we have the forecheck, but it's Peterson with wheels. Peterson is screened by the player nicely. Sorensen's still there, and it's Peterson picking it up. He knows he's got Walker out there, but can't quite find the puck on his stick, and now it's Sturdivant. Eckelmeyer. That player still has it. Looks like it's going to go for offside. Folks, we are inside of 3 minutes. Left here in the third period on a nice little showdown of the Vail Mountaineers and the Summit Lightning. 3-0 is our scoreline favoring Vail over Summit. And at the face-off, we have Mr. Owen Bradley. Puck is down. Bradley had it for a second. Now it was Sturdivant. Sturdivant had it. Now it's going to come all the way down for Anderson. Anderson steps. Players by him. Nice closeout by Valenti on the near side post. Sturdivant trying to find it. No, it's going to come back for Anderson. Anderson's going to round it to McFarland. McFarland back around for Anderson, D to D. He decides to let that one go for Sturdivant. Sturdivant scrumming on the board. It's in the corner. Anderson, I like that little backhand, little flick move he just did. But Vail still has it. Vail passes off the board. Anderson vies with some body, and McFarland knocks that one to the outside. Well done by McFarland. Trying to clear his Sturdivant. Sturdivant can't get that one out. That's a low shot or a cross that came right through the crease. A slapper. That one looked like it was going to be a real send fest for a second, but the player didn't get all of it. That one's loose, but no one's there to track it with any kind of speed. It looks like Sturdivant for a second. He's there. Bradley. Oh, Bradley tried a little redirect to his own teammate, not knowing that his teammate wasn't quite in on that play. Now it's McFarland offering a little body, but the player's by, and a shot. Vail circles. McFarland picks it off. McFarland chops that one to the outside, trying to get it out of the blue, or across the blue rather, and out of the Summit zone, and that one goes right into the old bread basket for a Riker Valenti save. .125 are left in this game. We don't have a shot count on this scoreboard, but I have to reckon that the shot count is heavily in favor of the Mountaineers, being that Summit has sort of held on a little bit against many of these onslaughts. And our D-line is now Kranjakovic and Eckelmeyer back there. Coming back the other way, Kranjakovic tries a poke check. The puck is still knocking around. Vail has it in the slot, and a shot. Woo! Dangerous. Who's going to have it now? It's Bradley. No, it's Olin Peterson. Peterson launches one. That one goes wide right. An ambitious shot from there. Sorensen. Looked like an illegal check there. Cross check. That dropped Michalski to the ice. And that will be an advantage for the rest of the game. As Vail stacks another penalty. But it's been of little consequence because Summit's power play, we haven't been able to put it all together on power play. Eckelmeyer and McFarland, Peterson, Sorensen, Anderson line up ahead on the O. Okay. Settling in once again, ready for face-off. Mr. Walker Sorensen. We got some false starts going on here. Sorensen knocks that one over to his teammate. Anderson gets that one off the skate and can't quite control it. And now it's free. Mountaineers coming with speed. McFarland sees the action coming his way. Fast player. McFarland breaks it up nicely. Nice job. Eckelmeyer and McFarland combined on that to shut down that offensive opportunity. It was a good looking little bit of D on a really strong player coming through with speed. Now it's going to be Eckelmeyer trying to get a little poke in. Can't quite manage it. Vail circles, uncontested as they find someone high in the slot. Looking to pump in a strong hand. No. Broken up. McFarland coming this way. McFarland with a little shovel up to center ice. I liked it. Looked like it dribbled right over the stick of Anderson there. Off the skate. And the Mountaineers come down with 10 seconds left in the game. The shot. Valenti, it dribbles, but McFarland's there. He knows that it's about to expire with 4 seconds. McFarland just launches one up there. That'll go on net. But that'll be the end of the game as the Vail Mountaineers emerge triumphant over the Summit Lightning. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to have to try to work on the technical difficulties as we move into the following games and figure out what the heck's going on. But at any rate, these videos will be up for streaming on the channel. So if you had difficulties watching them live, hopefully you can catch them on the recording once they're uploaded and ready to view. So thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Here we have the Mountaineers and the Lightning lining up for that show of sportsmanship, led by Riker Valenti, the man of the match for sure on the Summit Lightning side. And thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. We'll see you right back here at 6:15 Mountain Standard Time.